Yes, I know. See behind me? See all that rain on the radar? That's why I'm on here. Can't do nothing outside. I have all this stuff to do outside and I can't. So annoying. You know that saying, when it rains, it pours? But it's all good. I get to spend time with you guys. It's the hurricane right there. And look, it's coming right. Apparently, it's coming right for us. Then it turns. Yeah. We'll see what it does. I'll keep you guys posted. We shall see. I don't think it's coming here. I think it's going to be further away. But we'll see. We shall see. This retrograde's been such a pain in the ass. It definitely has. This retrograde is like, what the hell, man? It's very annoying. But hey, what can we do? It's life. It's life. I'd rather have these things happen than be sick. So that's why I catch myself all the time when I complain. People are so weird. They really are. Very weird. I just don't understand people. People get so defensive and so sensitive because you have an opinion about something. So I'm supposed to always like what you like, and I'm supposed to always think like you think, and my opinion's supposed to be just like yours, or else you don't care about mine. That's why I don't like to comment on like posts and things like that, because people get too sensitive about your opinion, and everybody's like a keyboard warrior. They're all tough behind the computer. I'm like, yeah, mhm, whatever. It's mainly on Facebook. People are just like weird. I made a comment, and these fools are in the background like blah blah blah. What you mean? Oh my God, the sky is falling. I'm like, wow, people are really weird. Something wrong with you people. If you make like a if you make like a bad decision or a bad like comment about somebody, like you either do one or two things. You say, you know, F you and go about your business, or you apologize. And if you don't, oh well, ain't my problem. Hey Evo, how you doing? I just think many people in this world, you know, constantly, critique everybody's opinions, everybody's thoughts, actions. It's like, why are you so overly worried about what people say and what people do? Just Get a life. Worry about yourself. Who cares what people say? But these social media junkies, they have no life. Oh, well. Well, I got good news that my parts are here, and they're finally gonna fix my car on Friday. But Friday afternoon and Saturday morning, we're supposed to have a hurricane come here, so they might even cancel the appointment on Friday, depending on the weather. So it's like a shit show. Yeah, my parts arrived after 7 weeks. No, 6 weeks. Sorry, 6 weeks. So a month and a half it took for me to get my parts, all of them. And she called me yesterday, the lady, and said, "Hey, look, we can do your car on Friday or Monday." I'm like, "Friday, because the storm's coming. I want to get it done before then, because I'm going to need my car to work." And she's like, "Okay, cool, no problem." And I was like, "All right." It's like, the heck. Yeah, at least mine arrived. I hope yours does. It's been one of those years for car stuff. I don't know if you remember, but or I don't know if I told you, but like I would say it's been like a month now, probably. Yeah, like a month. My muffler broke in half, like the pipe that goes to the actual like silencer. Like you have the I don't know if it's a silencer or whatever, but like you have the main four pipes coming down and it goes to one, and then it goes to like a small muffler, and then there's another pipe, and then it goes to the actual muffler. I call it a silencer or whatever it is. So right before the silencer, it broke, and I was on the road driving, and it broke, and it sounded like a boat. So I ended up taking. Good thing is that when it happened, I was 2 minutes away from the mechanic, the shop where I take my car. So I turned around, drove it up the hill like a boat. It was loud as shit. Yeah, a tractor on the road, and it's I called it a boat because that's what a boat sounds like. Ah, they're all loud and shit. So I drove it there for like 2 minutes. It wasn't long. It was right around the corner there, but nobody was looking at me crazy. It's like it wasn't that bad, but it was bad enough. It was loud in the car, that's for sure. So I took it there and I was like, well, I'm waiting for the muffler to come in, the parts, and it didn't last that long. So 3 days, the car was there for 3 days, and the guy finally got to it and ended up welding it together, and it's been fine ever since. So yeah, so they welded it together, and it hasn't he says it's not guaranteed, especially if you go over a lot of bumps and stuff. So I told him, I said, yeah, it's fine. It hasn't messed up yet, thank God. And I haven't drove it a lot because I've been working from home, so I'm trying not to drive it a lot. But yeah, my gear shift is messed up. Like where the actual gear shifter is, that whole mechanism is like completely like doesn't start. It doesn't it's hard to put it in gear, and then when I'm driving it goes cling 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 cling. It makes like a clinging noise, like the metal shaking. So I'm like, great. Well, it's been good so far. I've been praying my ass off. So the car's been lasting all this time, so that's great. So another day and I'll be taking it. So yeah. So I got all the parts. Like I got a new gear shift mechanism, whatever it's called. I got new shocks, new struts. I got a new muffler. So all of that stuff is gonna get put on. It's like a $4,000 job. including the parts. And I've already paid 1,500 to get all the parts here. So I got to pay another 2,500 on Friday when it gets fixed. And hopefully that's all that has to get done. But otherwise, that the car drives fine. It's just the motor is fine and everything else is fine. I put new tires, 2 new tires on the front. The brakes are fine. The car drives fine. It's like it's fine. So I just once I get a new muffler and a new gear shift, and I get my shocks and struts fixed, then the car will be like back to normal. But I've actually applied for a permit for a business van. Because I've had a business for almost 17 years and I've never had like a business van. The car I have is like a personal car, but it's a Peugeot partner, so it's like a van. So and they weren't giving out permits to business owners at the time because it was a recession and it was all this bullshit. So anyway, I applied for one and I'm still waiting for it. But they say it takes like 3 months to get the permit. So I'm gonna get it's called a Toyota Hiace minivan, something good enough for me. A nice small business van, something bigger than what I have, obviously. But I've already meant to go see it, so I just have to like get my permit and buy it. That's it. Yeah, I mean that's a big ass country, so they're probably just like, we're not gonna fix this shit. We'll just give you another one. You know? Yep, and that's why like I'm gonna get a new van and call it a day because that van will be My car will be 17 years old in January, and it's been very good to me. This year it's been like pretty bad. I've had the muffler fall off and crack and break, whatever. My gear selector is all messed up. I had the power steering pump at the beginning of the year that went, and my battery died, and I couldn't, and the car malfunctioned, and all the electronics were all messed up. I had to get it towed from here. Spent more money getting it towed. Then they replaced the battery and some other crap, and then that was fine. Then the power steering pump. Then the shocks and the struts are making noise, bang, 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 and all that shit. 2 years ago, I replaced the gearbox with a secondhand one because they don't have new ones, but it's fine. Then 2 years ago, I fixed I also got the car, the bonnet sprayed and the back door sprayed because somebody had hit me in a parking lot and put a dent in there and never owned up to it. So I've spent thousands and thousands of dollars on that car. I've spent at least, I would say, maybe $8,000 in the last 5 years on that car, and I'm about to spend another 4 grand on it. I've spent the 15. Now I got to spend another 2.5 to get it fixed and the rest of the parts. So I'm going to sell it. Hopefully, I'm going to keep it for now until I get my van, and when I get my van, I'm still going to keep it until I get what I want for it. And I'm going to have all the paperwork laid out in a file. So anybody approaches, I'm going to have a for sale sign on it. Anybody approaches me, I'm going to be like, look, you can take the car for a drive. It's in great condition. I don't even want to sell it, but I got a new van anyway. So if you can give me like 6 grand for it, I'll take it. So it's worth way more than that in my opinion. But if somebody gave me more, I'm going to try to get like 7 grand for it. And then if somebody gives me 6 cash, I'll take it. So that way I could put it to the new van and just call it a day. And when I get my new van, after 10 years, I'm going to get rid of it because I'm not going to go through this shit again. I'm going to get rid of it and go get a new one again. Hopefully I can do that, but we'll see. But I get attached to my vehicles and my belongings. I don't like to even when I get my car fixed, Friday afternoon when I drive the car and it drives all nice, I'm not gonna want to like get another car because I'm gonna love my car again. So it's a pain in the ass, I love my car. It doesn't have no rust. Like it has little rust spots here and there, very small things, cosmetic things that don't make a difference. The car is in great shape, and there's a lot of cars like mine on the road still. There's still like at least 10 of them that I see around, you know? And people always say, "Hey, how's your car?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's fine. Just gave me a little bit of trouble." Yeah, me too. And people are like, "Yeah, it's cool. It's a great car." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." Hey, Shakima. Yeah, it's pouring rain here. I can't do anything outside, and we're about to get a hurricane on the weekend. It might hit us directly or it might come really close to do some damage. And before it comes, we're got all this damn rain here. So it hasn't rained in like 2 months. I couldn't tell you the last time it rained for like 2 days straight like it has. Everything, my grass is burnt. There's like no grass left. But after all this rain, it's all coming back. Yep, it's pouring. It's like literally like thunderstorms pouring. Well, we've had a big drought here. We've had no rain for like 2 months. I haven't cut the grass in like 3 weeks because there's no grass to cut, which is great for me. But I don't like the way it looks. It looks stupid, you know. I like when I don't mind cutting the grass. I do, but I don't. But I rather like it, the grass stay live than be like oh shitty, you know. But as I look out my door, the grass is starting to come back already. Like you can see the little green spouts coming through. It's like, yay, we got rain. So, but we've had a serious drought here. So this is the most it's rained like all year, probably, or for at least the last 3 months. And we still got a lot more rain coming. See all that rain? Small craft warning, thunderstorm advisory. We got a lot of rain, and we got a damn hurricane that might come towards us. Right now, the hurricane is just leaving Puerto Rico area. See, look, it's got rain, two rain drops Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There's nothing. Yeah, I can hear the rain hitting the window again. So yeah, and yesterday I got wet plenty of times outside going in and out of the rain trying to get like things packed away. So I got like 50% of the stuff packed away. And once the rain stops, I'm always looking at the radar to see when the rain stops for a bit so I can go outside real quick. Like I have my dirty clothes right here so I can get changed real quick, go outside, get my jacket on, go outside and get wet for a bit, or like, at least like dodge the rain and pack some more stuff away before it comes. Cause I'd rather be over prepared than do nothing, Yeah, and here it's worse because Bermuda is a lot of people don't know this, but Bermuda is one of the places that we have our own tanks beneath our house. When you build a house in Bermuda, you build a tank first, a water tank. Like you got a lot of people in the States and a lot of people all over the world have underground basements. Well, we have an underground water tank. And we build the tank first, then we put the slab, and then we build the house. And then on the roof, we have all these pipes that go down, like 4 or 5 pipes that the roof catches the water, and the water goes through those pipes and goes to the tank, and it fills the tank up with water. And it's usually like the average tank is about maybe 30,000 gallons of water, 20 to 30,000. Like my tank here is about maybe 25,000 gallons. So you can have water for like months and months and months. And the more it rains, the more your tank holds, and then it overflows, and then you don't have to buy water. Because if it doesn't rain, we have to buy water because we're using it and nothing's coming in. So when it rains, it's like liquid gold. That's what we called it here. So right now, everybody's tank's gonna be full because it's raining like crazy. My pool is overflowing. Like the overflow on the pool, I have it like 2 inches below the ground. So my pool right now is like overflowing. It's gonna have all new water in there. Then we're gonna have to put more chlorine, more soap, So when it over rains, it's like it's crazy because the pool gets new water and you have to put all new shit in there. So it's like that's the only downfall of like the pool is like you're gonna have to put all new stuff in there. So it's a pain in the ass. But at least the pool is full and our tank's gonna get full, so we don't have to put water in the pool when it evaporates like it has been. I've had to put water in the pool to fill it up, uh, like maybe 3 times in the last 3 months. So we don't want to waste the water because we need it to take a bath and to wash clothes and we can actually drink the water too because it's good water. It's from you know, from the sky, and it goes into our clean tanks. Some of us have clean tanks. I know I do because we cleaned it like a year and a half ago. But our roofs are clean. They're like white roofs, and we paint them and we clean them and we clean our tanks and stuff like that. But I have the Brita filter thing, so I just like filter the water, and nobody gets sick off of that. So yeah, Bermuda's another world, so we need this water badly. A lot of people were paying for water trucks. So between this rain and what we're gonna get with the hurricane, it's gonna be like probably too much. And that's what happens. It's either a little or too much or way too damn much. It's never like you know moderation. It's always overkill now. So this is like too much rain, but what can you do? Can't stop it. So even if you like clog your roof, like the holes in the drain holes, it's still gonna overflow everywhere and it's worse. So what we do in Bermuda is the overflow usually goes out into a yard and ours goes out into the street. So if it overflows, it's not gonna like fill up our yard with water. It's gonna go down the hill. I've seen it happen. Like I've lived here for 15 years now, and I've seen that thing overflow maybe 4 or 5 times. And I'm driving up the hill and I see this water coming out of the wall. And I'm like, oh, the tank's overflowing. Yay. We ain't gotta buy water for a long time. So yeah, at least our overflow goes off the hill and just, goes wherever. Goes into the farm down the bottom of the hill, feed the vegetables. So yeah, that's what it's like here. Some people will like find it interesting, and some people are like, nah, that can't be true. But yeah, it is. We have water tanks here beneath our homes, so, which is a good thing. Anyway, at least it's natural water. So keep me in your prayers and pray this storm doesn't come here. Thanks. If you can do that, that'd be great. But yeah, it's gonna go wherever it wants to anyway. So unfortunately, they predicting it's gonna come here, but every day it's been hurricanes are very unpredictable, so they can go wherever. And Bermuda's a very very small island. We're one of the smallest islands in the world, so it's gonna be very. It's very rare we've only got hit 11 times in the last uh since 1852. So I would say like, 150 years, we've been hit 11 times directly. And out of those 11 times, I've seen at least half of that because we've been hit more in the last 40 years than anything. But yeah, we've got a lot of close calls. Like last year, we got hit 4 times, but it wasn't like, bad. We only got one bad hit, which was 90 miles an hour, which is bad, but not, we, to us, anything over 100, 120 is like severe. And if we lose electricity, a lot of people don't have generators. Some do, some don't. We have a big ass generator here, so we're lucky. And the guy came to fill up the propane 7 o'clock this morning and woke me up and aggravated the shit out of me. He was like, "I'm so sorry, sir. I know I woke you up, but we're very busy because of the storm, and I had to start here first." And I'm like, "Yeah, of course you did, because it's the retrograde and you want to fucking annoy me and wake me up." So he was there like 7:01, and I got in my bed last night at like 1:30 after I got off of here, so I haven't had much sleep at all. So yeah, so at least we got a full propane tank generator. So we have 100 gallons of propane that the guy put in there. Well, we had 40, so he put 60 gallons in there. So we have 100 gallon tank that will the generator will run for 4 days straight with that full tank. So which is good. But the less, we use, the more it lasts. So yeah, we're fortunate enough to have that because we've been through a lot of hurricanes and we had to get a generator. Oh yeah, definitely, Evo. I'm over prepared for hurricanes now. I know exactly, what I have to do. And I just bought a brand new propane cylinder for the barbecue. So, I always tell my sister and my nephews that we need to use the barbecue gas so we don't use the propane in the oven inside, so it keeps the generator running. The less we use gas inside and we use the propane cylinders outside, the ones for the barbecue, so we can make food out there, because it has a side burner too, so you can always cook things outside if that's if we have to. But usually we're good. We have like a lot of canned soup and shit like that, and bread, sandwiches, things. We know what's going on. And I always like, even because the generator ain't guaranteed. So what we do is we go get like we go get 2 bags of ice and we fill a cooler with ice. And we put like, if anything happens, we can put everything inside the coolers. So we're like, we've been through so many hurricanes that we already know how to deal with them. It's like we're over prepared. We have options. We know exactly what we need to do and things like that. So we're usually like very prepared. We already got the propane for the generator, which is the main thing, so we can have electricity. But last year we had 4 storms pass here. One was bad, and we never lost electricity. It was like a miracle. So hopefully that happens again, and we don't lose electricity. But we lost like cable TV, and we lost like uh, cell phone shit for a while, internet and all that stuff. Hey Stefani, how you doing? I got your donation. Thanks. You can ask your question when you're ready. Yeah. So otherwise, that I'm well prepared for hurricanes if they come. So my sister did groceries on Sunday. I'm gonna go in a little, and once the rain stops, I'm gonna go do some more groceries and see what I need. Get everything I need. Summer's treating me very hot and very nasty so far, but it's been okay. As long as I'm healthy, I'm all right. I have a hurricane coming towards us by the weekend, so hopefully it skedoodles and goes somewhere else. But yeah, it's been super hot here. Have I way to charge my phone? Yeah, I have those battery packs, like that you charge it and then it charges your phone. You don't need electricity for the battery. I don't know what they call it, like the power pack battery things to charge your phone. Like has 2 USB ports. I have that already charged, ready to go. I did that already. I got that. It's like a power bank, I think they call it. I don't know what the heck they call it. Yeah, I will. I'll be fine. God's got me. Mm. I honestly have a gut feeling that it's not gonna hit us directly. It'll be, you know, to the side. Most people are saying it's not gonna be a direct hit. It's gonna like be on the side of us, but it's still gonna affect us, but not as bad as you know, you know, not as bad as it is. But it's not even a hurricane yet. It's just a tropical storm. But apparently, from what they say, it's gonna do this and do that, but they don't know. They're just assuming. All right, Stefani, I'll check. Oh yeah, definitely. Last year we got one hurricane and three tropical storms come by us and affect us. So it's a common thing. See, Bermuda is in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, so we're like right off the coast of the United States. We're in, like, it's got New York, Boston, and we're like right here. So usually the hurricanes go in between you and like and between the states and Bermuda, or like it goes curves out towards us. Right now, this tropical storm is in Puerto Rico, so the Caribbean is below us. Bermuda's like right here, and the Caribbean is right here. So it comes out, it's going towards us like that. Oh yeah, in Bermuda we have concrete houses, so that's why our houses don't get flattened or anything like that. The only thing that kind of goes is our roof. Our roof has like stone slate on it, so sometimes it get, you know, if it's bad, it'll rip off some parts of the roof. The only thing we really get a lot of is like you know, erosion from the sea. Like the sea gets all messed up and the waves crash into the rocks and destroy everything, destroy the bridge, go into the airport sometimes, and a lot of tree damage. A lot of trees disappear, you know, and it's just like it's just a pain in the ass to clean everything up. Sometimes the leaves from the trees are stuck to the house, like to the wall. You have to literally power wash it off. And the loss of electricity is the bad part, because sometimes it'll be like 2 weeks so, before you get electricity back. But most people have generators now anyway. So I just worry about my parents because they're 80 and my dad's 80 and my mom's 78. And they're like, you know, they can't really do too much. So the day before, if we get a hurricane, the day before, I go down there and I make sure everything's fine. I'm going down there tonight to make sure they have everything they need. All right, so what I got here, Stefani, is you might be very active in the coming weeks. Be precautious, you know. Guard any type of advancements you have. So whatever you're doing, don't say too much to people, you know. And you might want to. Your desire might to be recover your finances, something that you lost, materials, things, you know, trying to get back what you've lost. So that's probably a main thing you're trying to do. But be very active and also be cautious at the same time. Try not to get caught up in any like temptations to do things that you know you're not supposed to be doing, or you know that will get you in a worse bind than you might be if you were to do something like that. So don't get tempted into doing things with other people, especially women. Um, you might be dealing with a woman that is sick or weak or petty, or this person is like trying to abuse their power on you and make you feel like, you know, some type of way. You might have to get rid of a friend of yours that is a woman or somebody that's in your life. You might have to like just accept the fact that this person is not going to change, or you just have to get rid of this person because they're no longer worth any of your time and effort. But you personally, just be mature, be responsible, be reliable, be patient, be persistent, organize things, and just be dependable for yourself and for the people that you love and care about. That's basically what I see like here. But you could be dealing with a woman that's a pain in the ass. So either this could be like a mother, a daughter, this could be like a sister, this could be a boss, this could be a woman that is going to like be some type of a person that's making you tempted to say something to them, or you might have indifferences with them, or like they might make you feel really weary and annoyed. You might be like, oh my god, like when are you gonna like wake up or stop or shut up, you know so I feel like you're gonna deal with this person. Yeah, your boss. Okay. Yeah, try not to engage too much, with a woman that is like that, because that's gonna like bring you down. But after this happens, I feel like you're gonna be mature about it, and you're gonna be patient and just be like, you know what, it's okay. Like I know this person is, an idiot, so I'm not gonna deal with them. I'm just gonna like go about my business, be active, and I'm gonna put my guard up, and be like, I'm not dealing with you. So if you're trying to like get something back that you've always wanted, or you're trying to get something that you've always wanted, just put your desire ahead of the excuse me, just put your desires like towards it, like keep your desires faithful, and like always like be prepared to make your desires happen, you know as long as they're good desires, obviously. But otherwise, that I don't really see too much like bad things or anything. I just feel like you'll be dealing with a woman, you know. Yeah. You could also be dealing with like a man as well, or this could be the same woman, like acting like a guy or acting like she's powerful. But I feel like you are secure with your life, and and you're comfortable, and you're a good person. I feel like you're okay. It's just that you might be uncertain about the people around you. Yeah, naughty desires can also be that too. Yeah, I was gonna say sexual desires, but I don't know how you was feeling about that, even though I didn't get that in the cards. But yes. So anyway, if you have those desires, that's up to you. You just don't be too naughty. Uh, but yeah, otherwise that I just see like you being okay. I just feel like the people around you, and that's exactly how my life has been. Like I'm okay, and just the people around me are like so annoying. So like I think that's the energy for most people, that they're okay. They just get annoyed by everybody else, or everyone else is like around them and like pissing them off, or needing them, or acting crazy, or you might have to evaluate your friendships with them. You know, you know what we can do? Ignore ignorance. That's what we can do. I feel if we ignore ignorance, we'll be okay. I'll give you an example. I read a post on Facebook yesterday, and it was a sports post, and I'm into sports. And a guy that I like and plays baseball, he said something to a fan. A fan was heckling him, and he said something to the fan. He said something that a lot of people say when they play sports, but it offended the person, poor little baby. And it offended, the media, and offended people because he shouldn't have said it, because it's homophobic, or it's this, or it's that, or whatever the hell they said. And I commented, I said, this isn't even a bad thing. This is like a normal thing that people say. Like, you all need to get over and stop acting like babies. And of course the babies came out. So like 3 people were like, what do you mean this is not a bad thing? Oh, it's my opinion. So get over it. Stop commenting on people's opinions and shut the fuck up. That's it. You don't have to comment on people's shit. If you ignore my ignorance, to you, I might be ignorant. So ignore me. Don't comment on my shit. It's my opinion. If I feel that that guy's comment wasn't that bad, that's my opinion. If you feel it was bad, then that's your problem. That's your problem to deal with, not mine. My comment's going to stay there and you have to deal with it. And if you don't want to, then ignore me. Don't comment. So then a couple more people were commenting. I said, here's the babies. LOL. That's what I wrote. Here comes the babies. The little babies crying about my opinion. When, people are so stupid and sensitive in this world. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. If it isn't the government, it's sports. If it isn't sports, it's something else. It's religion. The whole world is upside down with people's stupidity and opinions and ways, thoughts, actions, sensitivity. I think people are just really, this generation is just a bunch of idiots that have no clue and they just want things that are dumb. They have no morals and values. People are just, stupid, pretty much. People make such a big deal about government, and then no government actually does anything decent. And if they do, it's only for a little while, and it's only for certain people. So, what are you really getting out of, you know, debating government issues or democracy or whatever else? Just live your life and do what's best for you, obey the law, pay your bills and shut up and go to work. Yeah. And stop worrying about what people are putting out on the media because you're going to drive yourself crazy. Like fighting people you don't know. Who cares? Yeah. What makes me annoyed here in Bermuda, like our government just makes everything worse and nobody really cares about them. And now they've been in for 4 years. And now, like, people want a new government because they didn't do what they were supposed to do. So then you vote in the other party, and they're gonna say and do things, and you're gonna be cheering for them. And then 4 years later, you're gonna say, "Yeah, I don't want these people either because they didn't do what I want." Okay, so you think that the government's gonna do everything you want if you vote for them? That's impossible. No government has, and no government ever will, because the only thing they want is your money, dumbass. And get over yourselves. Don't vote. Just shut up. Out of the 47 years I've been on this earth, I think that I know exactly how it works. And yes, they do some things that are good, and yes, they do a lot bad too. But yeah, I don't either. I mean, I'll be honest. In Bermuda, I don't have no faith in my current government because they're a bunch of jokes. They don't have no clue. And they haven't done anything decent in the last 4 years. Nothing. The only thing that they've done for small businesses like myself is put the payroll tax percentage that you owe every 3 months. They put it to a bare minimum. Like you pay bare minimum payroll tax. So it's good for a person like me. But you raise the pension and the social insurance. So I pay less payroll tax, but I pay more social insurance. So you took away from here, but you added more over here. So you really didn't do anything for me. You still fucked me over. So you're still, taking away from our small business. You're still making us pay ridiculous pension money. And people that like my parents who are getting pension, they can't even live properly. So you just like did nothing. You really didn't do anything. Yes, you put my payroll tax down, but you increased something else. Why you just didn't leave it alone? And then now you want to increase. Yeah, but see, they trick you. If they trick stupid people, that's what they do. If you're stupid and you're like, I don't like to call people names, but I have to because that's what they are. They're stupid. If you're stupid enough to think that the government is helping you, you're out of your mind. Because they're not. They're not going to take an L. They're not going to lose anything. They're always going to gain. And they will always take your money. And if you don't, you're going to go to jail. And that's when you start taking their money because you're going to go to jail and eat for free. And you ain't got enough pay nothing. So I don't want that life anyway. You can have it. But to be honest, my whole perspective is this. I pay my bills every month. I go to work. I have a business to run. I do it. I come on here. I make money enough to pay my bills and be happy. I obey the law. I stay home. I don't go nowhere because I don't like people. I do what I have to do, and that's it. I'll pay your stupid fucking payroll tax and your bullshit bills. I'll pay all of that and just, do have it. Oh no, hell no. They probably have fish, yeah, but not lobster. You ain't getting that. Hell no. Maybe the what do you call like the prison guard. The prison guards probably eat lobster in front of the prisoners. I'll beat his ass if he did that to me. But you better give me a piece of lobster, man, or I'll throw shit at you. Lobster season is in 2 weeks. September 1st is the official lobster day here because we have 6 months off, 6 months on. So next month is lobster time. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I've had a few friends that have been in jail, but they never complained about food. So at least they get some. A guy made a good point the other day because we feed criminals in the jail, but you can't feed the homeless outside. That's a very good point. I never like realized that until he said it. A lot of people make a lot of sense and a lot of people say a lot of things that make you think, you know. That's I heard somebody say that on TikTok when I was scrolling through. This guy like he makes some good points. He goes like, why does the government and us pay for people that are prisoners and give them food, 3 square meals a day, and they have a place to stay, but we can't feed the homeless and give them somewhere to stay. And I'm like, you know what? That's a good point. That's a very good point. You know what I mean? Yeah, you say that? Yeah. That's because you're smart. So you see how it is. Sometimes we think we've heard it all or we've like, experienced it all, but we haven't. Like there's always something that we're gonna like overlook or we just had to get brought to our attention to realize that this exists. And that's the whole thing. Like this, why does the world have to be that way? There should be no homeless people. There should always be food on your table. There's so much of it. But I was telling somebody the other day that I went last week, I went to the grocery store and this guy's not homeless, but like he doesn't really have, a job or anything. He just washes cars. He's like about maybe 60. He's outside washing cars for a living. He'll like if you park next to the grocery store, he'll come up to you and be like, "Hey, can I wash your car while you're getting your groceries?" And they'll give him like $10 or $20 or whatever. I've never seen him eat or drink anything. So I always speak to him. He calls me nephew and I call him uncle. And I said, "What's up, uncle?" He goes, "Man, I really need a drink." And I said, "What type of drink?" He goes, I want a cranberry juice. Can you get me one? I was like, "Yeah, sure, bro, no problem." I've known him for years and he's never asked me for anything. And I say, "Yeah, sure." So I went inside, I got my groceries, I got him a big cranberry juice, nice and cold, because it was hot as shit. And I gave it to him. And he's like, "Thanks, nephew. I appreciate that." I say, "Yeah, no problem, uncle. Anytime, man. If you need anything, just let me know. I'll take care of you." And he's like, "Yeah, I appreciate you, uncle. I mean, nephew." So yeah, And he was like, "Yeah, have a good day." I'm like, "Yeah, you too, man. Don't work too hard or whatever. Don't, stay out of the sun." So like it was like a an experience that I thought was never gonna happen because he never really said anything. Like he's not a bum, but like he was probably like going through some probably like a hard time where like nobody wanted their car washed that day. And he was like, "You know what? I ain't got no money. How the hell am I gonna like survive here?" So yeah, I told him if he wants something to eat, he's like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm good. I just want a drink, man." I'm like, "Yeah, good. Okay, cool." So, yeah, I do. We do. There's little deeds like that, just giving somebody a drink or giving somebody food, or I don't believe in giving money to people because they can take it and go get drugs and do stupid shit with it. So I rather like buy them food or drink, which I always will do, no problem. I could have said F you and no, but I'm not like that. I'll help those people if I have to. There's like another guy, like at the bottom of the hill here, is a grocery store, and he's like my age, and he's like he got mentally diagnosed. Like he stays in the mental facility, but every now and then they let him out to go for a walk or whatever. And he asked me, "Hey, Mark, can you get me a soda?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So I went in there and got him a soda, got my groceries, gave him the soda, and he was just like, he had a big smile on his face, and he said, "Thanks." I was like, "Yeah, no problem." As long as they don't make it like a habit every time they see me, I won't get annoyed. But if you ask me once in a while, then that's fine. I'd rather you ask me for soda and food than money. Because hey, if you ask me for money, I'm gonna get kind of mad. 'Cause you're gonna use that money to do stupid shit. So I'm not gonna give you money. I'll buy you food and drink, but that's about it. And a lot of these people can actually work if they really want to. So that's another reason why I get kind of annoyed with like bums and beggars and things like that because I experienced something 20 something years ago when I was in Atlanta. I was walking downtown on a busy ass Peachtree Street. And I'll never forget, there was a guy jingling a plastic cup with some change in it. He was sitting in a wheelchair and he looked pretty good. But I said, yeah, this guy's probably got some. So I gave him like some change or whatever. So all I hear, I'm like about a block up the road. All I hear is these guys arguing. So we guys all stood back and look as it got really loud and like all I saw was this guy arguing with that guy in the wheelchair. So I was like, this guy's arguing with a guy in a wheelchair. Like, really? So next thing you know, the guy that's standing in front of the guy at the wheelchair, he slapped the shit out of you and right across the guy's face in the wheelchair. The guy got up out of the wheelchair and chased the guy, and the wheelchair was like on the side. So he wasn't he nothing was wrong with him. He used that wheelchair to scam people for money, and that was like 25 years ago. I was like maybe 21, 22 when I saw that, and ever since that day, I'm very skeptical about giving people money. Unless they show me that something's wrong with them. You know, yeah, I couldn't believe it. And my friends were like, "We just gave that guy money." And I'm like, "Yep, he just got slapped the shit out of, dude." Yeah, it is, Stefani. It is scary, not knowing that you don't have those things. And I would never wish that on anybody. But yeah, that's an experience I will never forget. And I tell that story many times to a lot of people. And I was like, I can't believe this guy had the nerve and the audacity to sit in a wheelchair and con people. And a guy that knew him said, "There's nothing wrong with you." Yeah, he made the run all right. He ran after the guy that slapped the shit out of him. And I was like, look at this. This guy was in a wheelchair 30 seconds ago. And now he ran after the guy. So yeah, that's what he gets. But when I go to Boston, I've been going to Boston for the past 10 years now. Probably actually since 2008, not 10 years, it's been more than that. Since 2007, 2008, I've been going to Boston to watch games and stuff like that and go see my family and friends. So when I go to the basketball game, when you come out of the basketball game, you got to go through like these little tight like areas when you come outside. There's like east, west, north, southbound. So I go towards the area where I have to go, and it's like a train station there. It's like a little, like a pathway you have to go through, and it's outside, and it's covered, but it's outside. And every time I went there was like a veteran guy, like a guy who was in the war or whatever, and he had no legs, but he was in a wheelchair, but he had no legs. And I know he didn't have no legs because I can see it. So I felt bad for the guy. I'm like, this guy lost his fucking legs. He's out here, you know, he's probably not getting anything because these veterans don't even get no money like that. Some do, some don't. But I say, this guy's legitly fucked up. He has no legs. I could never imagine like what this guy goes through, like, So he had like a cup there, and he was like a veteran. He had like his war shit. Like he proved who he was basically. And every majority of the people that walk by put something in his cup. So he had a good bit of money in there. So I never gave him anything all those years I saw him. And then one year I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give this guy $10. I know it's probably not much, but I'll give him $10. He probably doesn't get $10. Probably gets a dollar or two here and there. So I said, let me get this guy $10 for all the 10 times I've walked past him. So I put $10 and he says, thank you, sir. I really appreciate that. That made my day. And I was like, okay, bro, no problem. Like, and then I saw him again like the following year, and I gave him another $10. And he was like, oh, I remember you, thanks a lot. He actually remembered me. And he goes, yeah, I remember you. Yeah, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate you. I said, yeah, I appreciate your service because I used to be in the army too for 3 years. He goes, okay. And he shook my hand like, and he like had tears in his eyes. I can see like he was like, not in a good place and all that. Even $10 can make somebody's day, like. So like I gave it to him twice for all the times that I walked past him. Because sometimes like I don't really want to give like money to people because I feel like they're doing it, in a bad way. But like in his case, he didn't have no freaking legs, so I felt like I had to help him out. That's my dog in the background, by the way. She's a pain in the ass. What's wrong, baby? You frustrated? I know you can't go outside, you poor thing. Yeah, right. She don't even want to go outside. I tell her all the time, you want to go outside? She's like, nah, it's too hot out there. And now it's just like, looks like the rain's kind of stopped. I don't know. And then 7 o'clock, we got woken up by the propane tank truck. It's like this huge, like propane truck, and it has the like the beeping reverse sound. So I got off of here at 1:30 in the morning yesterday, alive, and then I went to sleep, and I probably got like 5 hours of sleep last night. All I hear is beep beep, and my dog like downstairs, she's making off. She's like, going up and down because she hears this truck coming in our yard. So I'm like, fuck. I was like, this is the propane truck. He's here at 7 o'clock in the morning. You got to be kidding me. Like they said Thursday, it's Wednesday. So I'm thinking like, that's why I stayed on late last night because I'm thinking, yeah, I'm going to sleep in. I'll be all right. It's going to rain. I can't do nothing. Meanwhile, I got woken up. I looked at my clock. It said 7:01. I said, this mofo is here at 7 o'clock in the morning. And they told me on Monday that they were going to come on Thursday. And I'm like, yep, here's the retrograde. Lack of communication, do whatever you want. And of course, out of all the houses you have to go to in Bermuda, you have to come to this one first at 7 o'clock in the morning. You got to be fucking kidding me. So I got up, got changed, went outside. He was just like ready to unwind the hose and put it out there. And he was like, oh, I'm so sorry, sir. I'm so sorry to wake you up. Because he probably looked at me and said, I woke this fucking guy up. And it wasn't raining. It was just like, thank God it wasn't. And he was like, I'm so sorry to wake you up or to be here so early, but because the hurricane's coming this way, I'm very busy and I have to like come here now. And I'm like, it's okay, don't worry about it. And like he was like, he felt bad. And I was like, look, don't feel bad. I don't care. I need this propane because if this hurricane does come and I lose electricity, I need a full tank. So he's like, I said, I don't give a shit if you wake me up. I'll go back to sleep. It's cool. But I never went back to sleep. Once I'm up, I'm up. I'll just have to go bed early tonight and just sleep more. That's all. I can't sleep during the day. It doesn't work for me. It makes me more tired. It makes me feel like shit. So I'm like, yeah, I got 5 hours of sleep. Great. Got woken up early. So now it's then the rain, I can't do anything. So once the rain like goes away, because you can see the radar behind me. Yeah, the rain's kind of like still there, but yeah, see the yeah. So in a few minutes, I'm gonna go back outside and see if I can pack away more things and organize some more stuff out there just in case. So yeah, and then all my car parts came in uh, over the weekend, and the lady called me yesterday and scheduled me for Friday morning to get all my car parts put on that I've been waiting for 6 weeks. But I always tell God I rather have these basic problems than be sick or have a disease or have my family all fucked up, So I don't mind. I rather have a hurricane than be sick and dead or have problems health wise. I rather have a hurricane. If I chose a hurricane or cancer, I'd rather choose the hurricane. You know what I mean? So I'm not one to complain. I just deal with it and just thank God that it's nothing worse than it is. That's all. Yeah, I'm finally got my car parts. I can't wait to get the car fixed on Friday because it's pretty bad. I mean, I can drive it. It's just that it makes noise. My muffler fell off, well, cracked, and was dragging on the road, and I had to drive like 2 minutes to get to the car place, and they fixed it within 3 days and welded it back together, and it's been fine ever since. But that's one of the parts I was waiting for: a new muffler, new struts and shocks, suspension, and a new gear shifter mechanism. Because when I shift my gears, it's very hard to shift it. I have to like put it in first and go, and then like pull the clutch in and like push it into second. And I gotta push it into third. It's not easy to like change the gears because the whole gear mechanism is fucked, you know. And then when the car is on idling and the gear shift goes like this, like say this is the gear shift, it goes like this, and it makes noise. It goes cling, 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 cling. And I'm like, oh please God, just let me get home. So God's been my mechanic. Spirit's been riding with me. So I always tell everybody Spirit drives in the cars with you. So Spirit's been my mechanic these past month. So I just every time I get in my car, I pray. I said, please God, just let me get to my destination and back. That's all I ask. My parts are here. My car is gonna get fixed. Just please let it last a couple more days, please. And every time I get home, I'm like, okay. Your mom's clutch went out a few weeks ago. See, yeah, that happened to me 3 years ago. I had to get my whole clutch and gearbox changed, and it was not a new one; it's a second-hand one because they don't have new ones. Because my car is going 17 years old, so the parts are very limited. And the lady that I go through to a mechanic shop for my car, like they're the only place that fixes my car and brings in parts because it's like it's the manufacturer, like the place. So I can't go anywhere else and get it fixed. Nobody will work on it. So it's a pain in the ass. Yeah, see, there you go. Yeah. And see, it's like getting out of first is not a problem. Like on my car, it's like when you're driving, you hear like the noise, the cling, 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 cling. It's like, what the hell? My nephew was like, "Are you sure we're okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, we'll be all right." Yeah. Well, at least you got home. That's good. Well, that's good. I'm glad she got home safe. Yeah, that's like me when my muffler broke. All you heard was "bah." I was like, "Oh fuck." So I started to think. I was like, "Where's the mechanic place?" Oh yeah, that's right. I can just turn around here in the road, make a U-turn, go up the hill, take a left, and I'm there. I'm like, I'm 2 minutes away. Yes. Oh, she had to get it towed. Okay. Well, my car got towed this year too, back in January. The electronics went, the battery went, the electronics went. I couldn't start it up. I couldn't move it. So I had to go get it towed, which cost me like $115, which is bullshit. And then the battery was another 100 and something. I paid like 200 and something dollars for that bullshit. I paid thousands of dollars this year for my car, and I'm about to pay. I paid $1,500 to order the parts, and she says it's going to cost 4 grand total to fix the car and pay for the rest of the parts. And I had to put a down payment on it, and it took 6 weeks. But she says that the mechanic is going to work on my car all day, and I should have it back by the evening. I'm like, yeah, we'll see. But they might, if the weather's really bad on Friday, she might cancel the appointment and tell me I have to come next week once the hurricane's gone. So I'm praying relentlessly that this hurricane does not come and goes away from us and we don't get no bad weather like that. And I get my freaking car fixed on Friday. So I can be relieved of another bullshit thing. And then it's the retrograde and I'm getting it fixed on the retrograde. So that's not a good sign. I swear it's not been good when it comes to my car. But the good news is I applied for a business van permit for my business. So they said all my paperwork is good and they said that they're working on it and I should have it, soon. So once I get my paperwork to say that I can officially get a business van, I already picked out the van and I'm gonna go buy a new van once I get my permit, so I can have my actual business name on the van and have a brand new van because my car is just getting too old and it's just too much money to fix all the time. I hate to see it go because I love it, but it's being a pain in the ass. So I'll sell it to somebody that needs it. Sell it for a couple grand, get back some of my money I paid for, and go buy a brand new van. And I've always wanted my own company van. So I've always wanted a van with my name on it. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna have soon, hopefully. So the good news is the paperwork's all done. I just have to wait to get it, and then I already like have the van. The van's already ready too. So my cousin owns the van and truck place that I'm getting it from. So he says, "Look, I have plenty of vans. I'll save you one. I'll always have one here for sale. We have tons of them, as you can see." I'm like, "Yeah, I can see that. Thanks." So I told him I want one with a roof rack so I can put ladders on top of it or pipes. He's like, "Yeah, I got that. I'm good. We're good." So I was like, "Okay, cool." So he says, "Once you get your permit papers, you bring it to us. We'll set the van up for you, get it all set up, and then you can just come pick it up and just pay us." And I was like, "All right, cool." So yeah, I'm gonna get a brand new van. I'm heading off. I can have both vehicles if I want, but that's just too much for me. I don't really need two vehicles. So I'm gonna fix Betsy up, and once Betsy's fixed, I'm gonna drive her around until I get my new van. Once I get my new van, I'll sell. Oh shit! I'll sell the old one, and then that's it. I'll be good to go. My brother doesn't have a car right now because we're waiting for our inheritance from our auntie, and we still haven't got that either. So my auntie's been passed away for a whole year, more than a year and a bit, and the inheritance that we're supposed to get will pay for a new car, which is great. But the problem is out of the 12 people that are on the list, two people are contesting the will and saying that the my cousin who took care of my auntie, they think that she like stole money from the account. So they want to see like bank statements to make sure she didn't steal money. And I'm like, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. This poor woman has taken care of my auntie and my uncle for years. When my auntie died, she gave her extra money because she was taking care of her and the house. She got the house sold. She catered to my auntie all the time, right? My auntie didn't have children. She had all of us. And she put all her nieces and nephews on the will. So we're all gonna get like good money because she was rich. And the two people that are complaining about the will don't even have the money that we're getting in their fucking account. That's the sad part of it all. I'm like, these two broke ass mofos, two guys. One of them is the brother of the lady, and the other one's the first cousin. They're not my immediate family. They're my uncle's family. My auntie is my mom's sister. So these idiots are contesting the will for no reason. They're not going to find anything because I trust my cousin, and I know that if my auntie left her more money in the will and more responsibilities because that she loved her and she trusted her. So anyway, these idiots are prolonging the will and us getting our money. So my brother, his car was pretty much done. Yeah. So he got rid of his car because he can't afford to have it, keep fixing it, keep fixing it. And his car was like 18 years old. So he has no car, but he has like the company he works for my cousin. And he has a van, and my cousin says, yeah, you can use the van before you get your car. So what I was thinking about doing, which I shouldn't, but what I was thinking about doing is let my brother use my car until he gets the new car. But that's only if I get my new van. So if I get my new van and my car is just sitting here, I'm gonna ask him if he wants to use it while, if he wants to buy it or he wants to use it. I know he can't afford to buy it. So like he's one of those broke type of guys. But I would let him use the car instead of it just sitting here. I would let him use it to to take my nephews to work and to school, whatever. Because my his youngest is 18. He got a scholarship to Bermuda College. So he's got 2 free years of Bermuda College. He's going to be an actuary. So he's very smart. He was the top of his class. He's an Aquarius, by the way. That's why. So yeah, he's good. And my brother has like a motorcycle too. So he uses the motorcycle and his job van. So he's got transportation, but I was thinking about. I haven't told nobody that, but I'm thinking about giving him my car until he gets the inheritance. And then once he gets that, he can give me back my car and I'll sell it. Or if he drives it, I'll say, look, if you know anybody that wants to buy it, like, when I sell it, I'll give you some, whatever. I'll help him out, even though I shouldn't because he's an idiot. But yeah, I'd rather him have, my car and use it. And I know it's like, he'll appreciate it and he'll use it. And I'll just so that way he can deal with my nephews. So I'm thinking about do that. I don't know how it's gonna work, but whatever. I don't know what's gonna happen in the next even though I'm a psychic, yes, but things change. So yeah, I'm just hoping that I get my permit and my car fixed and I'll be happy. Yeah, he's a smart kid. He's a smart boy, smart young man. He got top honors and he got a scholarship for Bermuda College free for 2 years, and he's got a scholarship to go to California if he wants to for 2 years. So he says he wants to be an actuary. I was like, hey, go whatever, be whatever you want, bro. If you want to be that and you can go to college and do it, go for it, man. Because you don't want to be out here cutting grass and doing construction and being in this damn heat. Because he said, Uncle Mark, I don't want to do what you do. I don't know how you do it. It's too hot out here. I said, look, man, it's what I like to do. So I'm used to it. I said, I can handle it. I said, you guys, you younger generation, you guys run from the heat. So you go be an actuary and go be in an office. Go for it. That's what you want. I'm proud of you. So, and not only that, my other nephew, which is my sister's youngest, he's 19 and he got a $30,000 scholarship for his, so that scholarship pays for his next year in college. He's been there a year already, so he's going to be there for another year or two, I think. So he just got a $30,000 scholarship for his college in Toronto. So I'm proud of my nephews. They're doing good. The oldest one is 22. He just completed college. He's finished. He's actually working now. He's got a full-time job in an office. He's doing great. I'm proud of him. And he got a scholarship too when he was in college. I think he got like $17,000 scholarship or something like that. But his brother, which is the one I'm talking about, he just got a $30,000 scholarship. He was in the newspaper too. And he actually has a job working for a company, and he's got a secure job already for the summer. And then I think 2 weeks' time, he goes back to school, to college in Toronto. I might go out there and see him and watch a game with him. He did it last year. He invited me. He's like, Uncle Mark, you got to come to Toronto so we can watch the game, man. It's right next to the college. I'm like, all right, cool, bro. I'll come out there maybe next time. Time has flown by, Shakima. Let me tell you, it's crazy to talk about my nephews graduating college. It's like, where the hell did all this time go? Like it's insane. I can't believe it, to be honest. Like it's crazy. My oldest nephew is 22. He graduated from college this year. I saw it online. I watched it on YouTube. He graduated from college and he has a full-time job now. He's a young man, 22 years old, good doing his thing. I'm proud of him. Even though I don't like his sister and my brother-in-law, I still love my nephews. Um, and like I said, uh, one graduated from college, two are in college now, and the other one has a full-time job. And my two youngest nephews that live next to me, the oldest one goes 17 in November and he graduates next year. And they just came back from England looking at colleges, and both of them want to go to England to college because they said they really love the colleges out there. A lot of people in Bermuda, they either go to Canada or they go to UK. So my nephews, both of them, the two oldest ones went to Canada. My brother's son is going to Bermuda College because it's free, because he got a scholarship, so he's going to take it. He can go to California if he wants, but he says he doesn't want to. He wants to do the Bermuda College thing for free first, which I don't blame him. And like I said, the two youngest ones went to UK last week, 2 weeks ago, I mean, to go see colleges, and they both like it. So I'm proud of them. They're all but one is going to college. But the one that didn't go to college, he worked from an early, he graduated and he went straight to work. So he has a good job at a grocery store. He makes good money there. So to each their own. I never went to college. I dropped out of school. So they always wondered about me. They were like, Uncle Mark, why'd you drop out of school? I said, because I hated school. I said, I don't need school. I'm good. I said, I was born smart. If people are born certain ways, then I was born smart, so I didn't need school. That's what I told them when they were young. My mom and dad were mad as shit. Like, don't tell them that. I'm like, I'm just being honest. I was born smart. What you want me to do? I don't need school. I left. I became somebody. I don't give a shit. You don't have to graduate and go to college to be somebody. The most successful people in the world never went to college and dropped out of school. Prove me wrong. You can't. So yeah, It was my choice anyway. I told all of them, don't be like me. Just be whatever you want to be. And they took my advice. They took my advice. I always tell them, look, back in my day, it was a lot different. You know, my choices got me to where I am today. So like, oh, you didn't go to school to be an electrician, but how did you learn? I said, I learned from people that I work with. So it's different. In college, they're not going to teach you half the things that I know now. You're gonna have to keep going back for years and years to learn. I'm gonna be learning while I work. I'm gonna get paid to learn, where I'm not gonna pay somebody to teach me. I said there's two different ways to live your life. So they were kind of confused, but now they get it. I never discouraged them from like going to school, or I always pressure them to stay in school and to graduate and to not be like me, like, you know, like not take the route that I took. Even though it you know, technically it doesn't matter, but you know, to each their own. I'm just happy that my nephews are all doing good. That's all that matters. I'm happy that they're happy. Because they idolize me a lot. So I don't want them to like drop out of school like me, and you know, and their parents are going to be like, Mark's a bad influence. I wanted my kids to graduate and go to college because that's the label that you put on people every day. It's not for everybody, you know. We don't have to do what everybody wants us to do. But hey, some people are just like that. So Shakima, what happened with the car? Last time I spoke to you, you said somebody had hit the car or whatever. Do you know my friend Val that comes in here, Val A? She said the same shit happened to her. This person hit her car, her parked car, and fucked her car all up. I haven't seen Val since. But I told Val, I said, yeah, Shakima said the same thing. Somebody hit her car and fucked it all up while it was parked. And she was like, what the hell is wrong with these people? I'm like, look, people here hit fucking parked cars and walls every fucking week. I said, it's a regular thing. People are just accident prone and stupid. There's a lot of non-drivers in this world today. Tons. In Bermuda, every time a Monday morning when I go, you know, out on the road, there's guaranteed there's a wall knocked down. And and social media is nice to have when those things happen. There's a guy that's from Bermuda. He has like all the footage from all the accidents that happened. He's like, oh, Monday morning again, everybody in Bermuda. He talks like, oh, like funny, right? He's like, here we go again. Where the hell are you people going? Another wall down. Whoever knows how to build walls, you're gonna be a millionaire. I was laughing so much. I was like, these idiots knocking walls down every freaking like weekend. Like, where the hell are you going? It's ridiculous how many walls have been knocked down and how many like cars and bikes are on the side of the road all mangled. Like people have like no, I don't know, no driving skills, and there's something wrong with them. Like driving out of their minds. Like, where the hell are you going? Like, we're so small here. Like, why are you racing around like a bunch of idiots? Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go see if I can do some work outside real quick. I see like a little bit of blue skies out there, so let me just check the radar real quick. Let me see what I'm up against here. I could just look in the back of me. Let me see what's going on. Let's see what I'm up against. We have still got some showers coming towards it, but it's not nothing serious. Let me see. Yeah, it's going to be at least another half an hour before that comes. So yeah, let me go outside and do some more work. I'll be back on here periodically. That's even, you know, the way I see it. All right, it's good seeing you guys. I'll be back later on. I'll probably be back like in about another 2 hours or so, depending on the rain and stuff. But I'll be back at some point. I'm just gonna go see if I can pack away more things just in case. Alrighty, I'll see you guys later on. Bye.